We're back inside the vault. Jill and Alonzo are with me, and so is Andrew Knowlton from Bon Appetit magazine. And Andrew, we're talking about all the travel, and I've got to think that when you travel, there's probably a little food involved somewhere along the way.
Always once in a while, I try to work in a meal there, but there's this huge trend going on. Guys, yes, they're still going to Vegas and doing the gambling thing, but now they're eating out. Now they're going to Bourbon County in Kentucky, doing these amazing whiskey spirit tastings. They're going to barbecue festivals, cooking together. So it's kind of like this food is kind of an insight into the culture, and they're exploring that together. I actually, a couple weeks ago, did an amazing butchering class. And this is something you can do. Like, guys can go...
All right, now, wait. We've got to show this. All right, but before you tell the story, let's go take a look at taking down this pig.
I'm here at the Meat Hook in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I'm here with my friend and butcher, Tom Myler.
How you doing, Andrew?
Good, thanks. And you're going to show me how to break down this, how many pounds?
250-pound hog.
What's the first step? I don't even know where to start.
Okay, well, the first thing you want to do is you actually don't even need to use a knife. You're just going to grab a hold of the leaf lard, rip it right out. Okay. And so the second thing we're going to do, you can sort of see
this is
the tenderloin. So keep it like right along the top of the T. Pull it right out. The tenderloin is the most overpriced and sort of, you know.
Right. It's like filet mignon in the beef world, right?
Exactly. All right, so the next cut we're going to do is we're going to separate the shoulder from the loin and the belly.
I have to roll my sleeves.
Yeah, I think so. It's about to get graphic.
This has got to be probably like the manliest man job. I mean, this is what you do every day?
This is, yeah, pretty much every day.
I sit behind a desk and write about food, and you sit here and actually do it.
Yep, there you go. You're done. This is important. You're going to cut away from yourself.
Because you don't want me to own the meat hook after I would impale myself?
Yeah, that's the most important thing when you're learning how to butcher. Always cut away from yourself. We're going to separate the loin and the belly right here from the sirloin and the ham.
So look at that. That is like, I want to hang that in my New York City apartment and make prosciutto.
The part that really matters, the loin and the belly right here. You cover this part up, you're like, oh, that's where pork chops come from. And then you cover up this part and you're like, oh, that's bacon. You want to like start back here and kind of throw it like a punch.
I get in beer brawls all the time.
Yeah.
At Bon Appetit, they happen every day.
Right. You don't have to be shy with that saw.
No, I know, but my hand's underneath the saw.
Yeah, but it's that far underneath it.
Okay.
You're totally probably not going to cut your hand. So these are baby backs, the ones that are along the loin, and then these are the spare ribs because they're left over.
So this is my ribs right there. This was a first for me, breaking down a whole pig, and now I'm gonna go home and bring my wife the bacon. Is that what you say every day when you leave?
And it gets old after a while.
Lovely, absolutely lovely.
I'm
you with a hacksaw.
No scars at all.
Your
Nothing.
man
Came
still
out
has
clean.
10 fingers.
Andrew, I have to say, does that make you feel more like a man cutting up all that meat?
Well, you know, the modern man, at least the ones I hang out with, don't handle saws or like huge cleavers like that all the time. So like, I felt pretty badass when I walked out of that place.
Yeah, you went back to Bon Appetit. You whipped someone's ass in the office.
Yeah.
You just like walked in the office and just slapped somebody.
But we would all be vegetarians if we had to do that to eat every single day.
But I was gonna say, I think, you know, I always say everybody should wait tables in their life just to understand what that's like. Every meat eater should do what I did and go out there and butcher a whole pig and hold, you know, with your hand underneath the ribs and saw back and forth, because it gives you a whole new appreciation of where stuff comes from. And it's cool. Like, can you imagine you and I going, having a couple beers, but going to a butchering class?
Go
That's
ahead.
pretty cool.
Yeah, no, well.
That would never happen. That would never happen.
Listen,
But
I
you
can
can
hang out with
How
Bon
can
Appetit.
you hang out with
What are you
Bon
saying? I
Appetit?
can hang with Bon Appetit.
And that old school kind of butchery thing, we're kind of returning to that. I think men are kind of trying to find a way to be real men because we don't have those kind of hardcore things. Like some of us didn't play football. You know, we stay at home and...
He was a wide receiver.
Oh, he's a wide receiver.
Tried
right.
that, man.
You know what I mean?
A
He
lot
was
harder
there.
than butchering a hog with a hacksaw.
But
But the whole butchery boom's happening, and that's an awesome thing for guys to go do.
But butchering pigs isn't the only thing you do for fun, right?
No,
You've been
no.
on other trips with food.
Yeah, no, that's not the only thing. I mean, I've taken a couple trips with buddies down to Bourbon County in Kentucky.
My
You
home
know it
sweet
well.
home. That's a Kentucky vacation right there.
Right.
You go and just drink bourbon all day.
That's what I always say. You take the wife to California wine country to do that thing, and then you take the guys to Kentucky to do the bourbon tasting. And you get to see everything going to the different distilleries. It's an amazing American spirit. And, you know, we got somebody to drive us around
Hopefully.
to each place, yes, because a little bit does go a long way. But there's all these kind of trips that you can go along. They actually call it the Kentucky Bourbon Trail.
What else now? What other trips?
There's a lot of breweries, like they have the craft brewing kind of boomlet, and this is one I've been to in Oregon, where you just go and literally you get a plastic cup, and there's a huge festival down by the water. And then this is the scene where you just go and drink as much beer as you can. Also, there's one in New York City, which is the barbecue festival, and you go get all the brisket and pork and all that you want. It's not just Vegas anymore. It's not just golf trips. It's these kind of unique, one-of-a-kind experience that make men feel like men.
Chris, can I say that Andrew has the most sophisticated alcohol and overeating problem that I've ever seen? I mean, when you
I've got a
look at a
business
way
card
to
to do
cover
it.
it up, that's pretty good. We're going to see him in rehab at some point. Just
Even better, he's getting paid to do it. That's the
brilliant.
best part
That's
of this
just
whole thing.
brilliant.
And
right
it's
there.
a buddy trip. There's no way in the world you want to go on one of those trips.
What are you talking about? I would love to go do that.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's the thing.
Well,
is
you're
that-
not invited, so.
If-
Okay. All right, well, coming up next on Inside the Vault, the ultimate road trip. 2 guys, 1 car, the coolest highway you could ever drive. Sorry about that. Online right now at InsideTheVault.tv, ask the editor. Top experts from Condé Nast Traveler and Bon Appetit answer this question. What is the ultimate U.S. adventure travel destination? At InsideTheVault.tv.